Okay. Okay. Let me look. I'm gonna look and see if it's actually looking like it's supposed to look real quick.
Okay.
Ooh,
Your
man.
camera's off though.
Huh? Yeah, my camera was off. I'm just like,
Okay.
because I don't want to be looking too crazy. So yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
all in the screen?
Like just like I'm posing for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's doing yeah. So I'm gonna do this until it decides to catch up. All right, so we gonna start it over like we ain't just do this a few minutes ago. I have on Facebook Live and YouTube Live Brandon Farmer. He is a producer, he's a musician, a drummer, an all-around stand-up guy
Hmm.
from
You know,
the
it
from the
depends on who
great
you
state
ask.
from the
Depends on who
great
you
state
ask.
of North Carolina. We know each
Yeah.
other from the Bay. We were just talking. I was in the Bay for 5 years. He was in the Bay over a decade. And now he is in, I don't want to say it wrong,
Sao Paulo. Sao
Sao
Paulo,
Paulo,
Brazil.
Brazil. He's living
Brazil.
abroad in Brazil. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always good to be here. It's good to like reconnect too. When you hit me up and asked me to
Yeah.
do the interview, I was like, of course I'd do an interview. Like, yeah.
I appreciate that. It just kind of came up for me. I don't know. I was just on Instagram and I was like, I ain't talked to Brandon, and Brandon been sitting in Brazil, and I wanted to see like, how you were doing with that. What's been going on and everything. Because I definitely hadn't seen you come back to the States. So
Well, I'm kind of avoiding the States a little bit. Just a little bit. But like I'll be back. I'll be back sooner than later.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you
But
haven't so how long have you
mhm.
been in Brazil again?
Almost like it's like a year and a half, really. Almost 2 years.
Almost, so it's over a year and a half because I think you said you left around September of 23.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we in May. Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
so you
I love it
haven't
here though.
returned to the States since then?
Um, I mean, I just love it here, really. I've
Oh, you
been
said
I've been like paying attention to the news in the States and I've been like, ooh, oh Lord, yeah, let me just stay where I'm at for a
well,
little while longer. Like you know how they say the Lord can come and trouble the water. That water's a little troubled and I don't think it's in a good
man.
way. So I'm gonna just stay over here where we chilling. We got the good weather, the beautiful women, the good food. The food out here is crazy.
Man,
Just
I'm
like
kind of, when I think about Brazil, one I think about the fact that it has it's highly populated with people of African descent.
yeah.
One, it is number two after Nigeria with the
Hmm.
most black folks. I think about that, and I also think about the fact that those new requirements they have for Brazil. I don't know if it's still going on, but the last I heard, it was you had to show bank statements. You
Yes.
had
Well, I got out here right before that. Right before they did all
okay,
that.
so they are
Yeah.
doing that. Like you had to have $2,000 at least in the bank. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. I
So
mean, they actually still like changing the laws with that too because they're trying to combat all this stuff that Trump is doing.
oh, wait a minute,
So
hold on. What in the wait a minute, I'm like, it just went black. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Wait a minute, the man
oh,
says,
we still good. We still alive.
okay. Wait a minute.
You mentioned Trump, everything go dark. It's like,
Well,
oh,
look now.
can't say his name no more. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Look, he said, like, wait a minute, you just said the wrong name. You know, I'm in Mexico. Look, they like, oh, wait a minute. We're not playing those type of games. We are not on that type of time. Oh, wow. So look, we're gonna have to avoid that saying that name. So yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Man, that is funny. So I now look now it's like I think it's catching up now. So maybe I had to do a little something. It's catching up. But
okay. Now we live for real.
Right, we are live. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I appreciate your patience with me. But yeah, I think we cool now. I'm kind of scared to cut the camera on, but hey, maybe a little later. But okay, so let's get into it.
Okay.
Well, when you asked me about why I decided to move to Mexico, and I'll definitely tell you that piece. But why did you choose São Paulo? Yeah. São Paulo, Brazil.
The translation is St. Paul.
So
that's the translation, but it's São Paulo. Yeah.
Okay. But, why did you choose São Paulo, Brazil?
Well, it's like it's the biggest city in like all of the Americas, and it's where like the most. Yeah, this city is crazy big. It's like 30 minutes.
What do you think the population is?
Oh no,
millions.
I know the number of fine women to not fine women is crazy because it's a whole lot of fine women here.
Brandon.
That's all. That's the only numbers I was looking at.
Oh my God, Brandon!
I like
Come
those
on.
numbers a lot. And women outnumber men here. Yes, Lord.
Oh, so I really don't need to. I don't need to be bothered. I really don't need to be bothered then. Okay. Go ahead.
But no, they have this is where the most studios are in Brazil. Yeah. And it's like a big city. Like other places you go in Brazil, you know, you be on the outskirts of the Amazon. So it's more like green, more like foresty areas, more beaches. But like Rio and Sao Paulo, they're like the two. Well, there are other cities, but like they're like the main two cities in Brazil. Okay. Especially the ones that people really know. And Sao Paulo is like a mixture between. It's like almost like New York.
Like that's how I view like Mexico City. It sounded kind of like Mexico City because Mexico City has, I think it said 22 million people in the city. Yeah. I personally don't like Mexico City because it reminds me of New York. So, okay. So again, like, okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to get away from the States. I ain't trying to be reminded of what the States is.
That's my thing. Because the last time I was in Mexico City, they were protesting. So I was like, wait a minute, this ain't it.
Hold on, protesting what? What was they protesting?
Man, I was asking the folks, like, you know, what are they protesting about? And they were like, they'll protest because they light bill too high. So nope. Nope. Is this what you experienced? No. Because I actually, when I was there, look, I was there for a jazz festival. Robert Glasper was playing in Mexico City. Okay. I'm a big Robert Glasper fan. Yeah. I met him several times. Even that time, I got him to tell me, you know how he does that festival, in Napa.
Oh, yeah.
So before the lineup came out, he gave me like a couple of the people who were going to be on the lineup. So after I left that, like the next day I was leaving out, I couldn't get an Uber because the protest was blocking traffic. So I end up missing my flight. I have never missed a flight. Okay. And then they were trying to charge us $600 to get back to the States, like to get back to California, one way.
What?
And I was like, oh no. So I booked the flight to Guadalajara. There was $100 something and went from Guadalajara to San Jose and came on back.
Go.
Look, we got time for this foolishness. And so, but yeah. So, but keep telling me about São Paulo. São Paulo.
Okay. Well, it's a really, really nice, diverse city. Like I feel like Sao Paulo is like one of those newly leaning cities. Like it has like a San Francisco feel sometimes. Like in some places you go.
Okay.
And then but like it's like San Francisco and New York, but the people are just way nicer.
Of course.
But when I tell them that, they're like, "Oh no, you got to go to Bahia. Bahia is like northeast, and it's like by the beach. It's by the ocean. So they're like, yeah, people up there, they're just so nice. Like they're way nicer than people there in Sao Paulo. And I'm just like, well, people in Brazil are just nicer than people in the States.
It's culturally they're gonna be in South America, in Central America. Anything really outside of the United States. That's what I'm looking at. In Latin America are going to be nicer people culturally.
Yeah. I think it's just the pressure that, the states put on like its citizens. They put a lot of pressure on people like financially and just like morally. Like having all these moral pressures where people gotta like do all these things, and like if you misgender somebody or use the wrong pronoun, even though it's somebody that you don't know, you held liable and accountable for all this stuff. And it's like now it's like even where it could be like criminal charges. It's like, yo, like that's why I stopped talking to people, man. I stayed to myself. Like when I was in the Bay, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some food. I just leave people because I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be like trying to explain myself when it's like, yo, it's like I'm glad
you didn't mean any harm in the first place.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with us. I want you to be with us for a long time, but I do not care. I do not care about none of that.
None of that. Look, because I was working in the school district with OUSD. And they all on these little kids having pronouns and all that. Even when the kindergarten telling me about she non-binary, come on here, baby, you ain't been here long enough.
I'm like, you can't figure all that 40. Out. What you know about binary, girl?
Your mom and them that told you that. That's pretty much what that is. But the thing was, like, I could care less about your pronoun. Can you read, write, and do math? Can you do those things?
Like I just want you to be an efficient person. Like be efficient. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be.
You can identify as an elephant for all I care. I don't care.
Yeah. Go ahead. We'll slide you some peanuts. We'll get you a trunk. Like whatever you want to do. Like we'll keep mice away from you. Like we ain't trying to have none of that stuff. We just want you to be efficient.
Like, man, I was in so many meetings where folks were like you say your name and your pronoun. And one time I said, man, I'm a woman. Shit. Like what the What?
Hey, like, what kind of woman though? What kind of woman?
Anyway. But that's the thing for me. That's a West Coast thing. That's a California thing. In the South, ain't nobody asking nobody about no pronouns.
They're gonna look at you literally like you are foreign, like you're an alien. They gonna be like, what you talking about, Sean? Like, what that is.
What is that? Right. We ain't worried about it, but that's
like,
that's
so what you trying to tell me?
That's his own thing. Yeah, I was thinking about that little baby. She's like, oh, because I was calling the class. I was like, okay, the girls go to their seat, the boys go to their seat, and she was and I said, and those who don't identify as either go to their seats. And she was sitting there. She was like, oh, I'm non-binary. I called you, baby. I said, you don't identify with either one.
Like those that need a hug. Who needs a hug in here?
Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say because I keep saying São Paulo.
I mean, that's good. Sao Paulo, it's all good. It's all good.
So
But no,
okay,
it's
so
a
it
beautiful
sounds
place. It's a beautiful place to be. Like I really love and enjoy the culture here. Like understanding getting out of the states and really seeing another country's culture and then
right,
how it's different like each region. It's like it's real crazy because a lot of their culture has a lot of is like music and religion based
right.
or music and
Yes,
spirituality based. And
yes. That
it goes hand in
Santeria.
hand. Yeah. So
Yes.
so I mean I had to learn a lot. Like I got a friend, he's a medium and he was
Okay.
telling me a lot about like their religion and all this stuff about their the Orishas. He was telling
Right.
me, yeah, he was
Yes. See, Brandon, that's why we on this live right now. Yes, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yes.
yeah. I
Um,
still haven't been to I forgot what they call the meetings that they go to. I haven't been to
oh,
one, but he's been inviting me because there are some well, they said you go there and basically it's like everybody's kind of like in there, they start singing songs, and then
uh-huh.
you have the people that come out that are the representation of the Orishas.
Right.
And they
Okay.
come out
Now
and then
look,
they
that might get me
uh-huh.
there. That may get me there.
Oh, I mean, it's worth coming. Like, it's worth coming. I want to go to Bahia. I still haven't been to Bahia, but that's like where like all the black people are in Bahia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like here in Sao Paulo is like very mixed. And it's cool, but I mean, I guess the whole world is like kind of colorist. But yeah, it's very, very, very colorist out here.
Yeah, I
I
know they
won't say
discriminate. And that's one thing.
yeah.
That's one thing that I also knew that they discriminate against those darker skinned
Yeah.
Brazilians, those that are actually of African descent. And that's what kind of
Mhm.
threw me off. Like, bro, you want somebody to have $2,000, you checking bank statements, and then you want to discriminate against me too. So, like, come on now. That's too much. That's too much. So but since you mentioned about the ceremonies and the the ceremonies that the meetings that they have for
hmm
their reaches, I would definitely be interested in that. What I was going to ask you with that was about you mentioned that he's a medium. Has he had some messages for you?
yes, he actually has. He he told me that we were meant to play music together because he's a bass player. And we met actually. I have my own show at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend that has a really nice house out here. And he has like a studio set up in his house. And
Okay.
I recorded a show there. And that was my first time meeting him. And he was like he just kept telling my friends that he wanted to play music with me. He was like, yeah, it's meant for us to play music. We got to play music.
Yeah.
And he doesn't speak any English.
He ain't got to speak
So,
English.
nah, he doesn't speak English. So
He
I
ain't
went to
got
his
to.
house. I
Y'all
went to his
connect through the
house.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through the music. That's how it translates. Like
Yeah.
music is a very universal language. And so I went to his house and we was I was using the translator and we was just talking back and forth. And he was just saying that he was like, yeah, he sees us doing like a lot of good things in music together, and that he wants to like make music with me more, play shows with me more, and like we've basically been in like two different bands together. We've recorded a lot of songs together. He's actually with the placement that I got, he's playing bass on those songs.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like what I like to do, I like to collaborate, and that's one of the main reasons why I came out here. Cause Brazilian musicians are really good, so I came out here to collaborate with musicians. But like I'm just standing in the role as a producer, kind of just guiding people what to play, the style, the rhythms and stuff like that. Cause out here they have different rhythms for like every region. Like, oh, they'd be like, oh, this is samba from this area. This is samba from this area. They play samba like this. And I'm just like,
Right.
my brain is like, what?
Right. Well, to give you a little context, with that, which you probably already know. Excuse me. But when when the Africans were enslaved, that was their way. Music was their way of connecting with one another. They were from different countries or different parts or regions of Africa, but they came together through music. And so, and one thing about it, the colonizer, the enslaver, didn't understand what they were doing, but they did. That's how they connected with one another. So it's what it sounds. It's still going on to this day.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing about having culture. Like they pulled a lot of African culture and it's still like embedded in Brazil.
Yeah.
So, and another thing that I learned out here is that they never had segregation out here. They had slavery, but they never had segregation. So
that would make sense.
You have people out here that literally like they'll be as dark as me and be like, "Oh, this is my cousin. Their cousin white," and you'd be like, "Okay." You're like, "Okay, yeah, this your cousin." But they never had segregation, so yeah, I probably got a lot of white cousins, but since we had segregation, they cut all that off. They ain't your cousin no more. You thought you was gonna be with the Charles and the Richards? Nah, you with the Latoyas and the Tyrones.
You would. All right, so okay. Okay. So you're learning more about spirituality and the Orishas. Did you have a little context with that or content prior to moving to Brazil?
Not really, because I grew up in like Christianity, and Christianity is actually really big out here too. Like, it's one of the big. What's really crazy? The biggest church they have out here is a LGBTQ church. That church is huge. And
wow.
Oh, wow. I thought about going there one day, but I was like, I ain't gonna understand nothing that's going on. I just wanted to see like what is it like?
Yeah, just to see it. Yeah,
big. It's just so big. But there are literally like Christian churches like everywhere. There are literally 3 by my house right now.
Oh, okay.
And like it's interesting because I didn't expect Christianity to be that big out here. But
I would.
You would? I mean, I guess,
because like just with Mexico, they're Catholic.
That makes sense.
So because the colonizer, before the enslavement of the people, they had their own spirituality. They were worshiping many gods, until the Spaniards came and they said, "Hey, you're gonna worship one God, you're gonna have one wife, or we're gonna kill you." So that's how they got them to convert to their religion.
Yeah,
so, but before that, you had many gods. We had the Orishas.
Yeah,
we had that long before we were in Christianity. But I think part of growing up in the South, you don't have any other choice to be Christian.
No. If you can walk, you going to church.
Man.
It's like even before then, like I've been in church all my life. I was born in church. Like literally was born in it.
Right.
Like they might as well just have my mama giving labor right there by the offering.
Right there in the church.
Literally, right when she came home from the hospital, it was like, all right, we're going to church.
Right.
I know I was like, what?
Look, one thing that I saw, somebody sent me a picture of a black Christ.
Where out here?
Here.
Oh.
It's in the state. It was found in the state of Veracruz.
Okay. I mean, that was it old?
Yes.
Yeah, because
they're carrying the black Christ.
Yeah.
Like how they have Jesus on the cross. Instead of it being this light-skinned person, he is black.
Yeah,
Like
with
black.
locks, right?
Negro. Black.
Black with locks, right? They have them black with locks.
I don't know. They had you know how they had a thing on his head? I was just the fact that it was like black.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, oh, okay, y'all were doing something different around here.
They
Now
trying to be,
Veracruz is
historically
already
correct. Trying to be historically correct.
look, first of all, you found the Olmec heads.
Mm,
The most Olmec heads were found in Veracruz.
I didn't know that.
You know
Okay.
huh?
I didn't know that.
You know what they look like, right? And then
Yeah.
like Veracruz, before our ancestors were taken to Virginia, they stopped in Veracruz, Mexico. So Veracruz has a lot of people. I think it has the highest population of Afro Mexicans. I'm actually like a couple of miles from a community called Mandinga. With you hit Mandinga. Mandinga, which was a hideout for runaway slaves.
Oh.
And then you have younger Veracruz, which was the first black settlement of the Americas.
Yeah, you teaching me stuff I didn't know. Okay.
Oh, well, you know I'm an educator, so hey.
Yeah. Doing your thing, doing your job.
Yeah. You know, even though I was trying to get away from that, like we were discussing before, my reasoning for coming here. Like I said, I got up one morning, it was right before my birthday, my 46th birthday. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm 46. And I heard it's time to go. It's time to leave. And my spirit guys got me out just in time, like you said. Like, wait a minute, it's a lot going on over here.
What's crazy is, so I came out here. I still work for a company in the States, and so I came
Oh, you
out here with
still do
like two
now?
other people. Say it again.
You still do now?
Yeah, I still work with them
Oh,
now.
okay.
And so, but they went back. They went back to the States to like handle some stuff, work with some artists, and get some more placements and funding and stuff like that. So, but the whole idea was for us to come out here and build up a studio. So I still been like looking at different spaces, connecting with people, and like building up our contact sheet out here. And I decided to stay. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go back. I was like, I love it here. I hated the Bay. I was literally trying to get out the Bay since 2020.
Okay.
And like it's just like I was gonna move to Atlanta. That didn't work. My family was like, come back to
Atlanta,
North Carolina.
come
I
on
was like,
now.
huh?
Atlanta, no.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to get out the Bay. And I had an opportunity to move to Atlanta, but then that fell. And then my family was like, come back to North Carolina. I was like, no. My
No.
guy brother moved back to North Carolina. He was like, yo, you should come stay with me. I was like, nope. Can't do it. So I was toughing it out in the Bay. And then I started working for this company. And it was like, yeah, we thinking about doing some stuff. First it was New York. It was like, yeah, we thinking about doing some stuff in New York. What you think about living in New York? I was like, oh, it's not bad. I was like, it's better than living in LA. I was like, I didn't want to live in LA. I was like, I know LA got all the entertainment, but I didn't want to live there. And I
You
was
know
like,
what?
okay.
LA and the Bay are like totally different.
Yeah, way different. Way different. For them to be so close.
Yeah,
Totally
they're
different.
totally different.
Yeah. But we ended up deciding to go to Brazil because I had mentioned, I was like, yo, if we're in New York, I was like, yo, it'd be easy to get to Europe and we can do a lot of stuff overseas. And then my co-producer was like, yo, we could just go to another country. I was like, well, if we're going to another country, we got to go somewhere warm. I was like, because I was like, if we going to go to New York, it's going to get cold and I don't do well with the cold. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
when
I'm
they
down
get
to
to
go
the
to
temps in
Brazil. Yeah.
the negative 14 and all that kind of craziness. Nope.
Nah, I ain't seen no negative since I've been here.
Oh yeah, you
It's
never will.
yeah, exactly. I was like,
You never
the
will.
coldest, the coldest it got was probably like maybe like 48, 50 since I've been here. It ain't really been cold.
I can't tell you nothing about that. Oh, you know what? I think it was in like the 50s in January, but I still had on shorts. So they were looking at me like, what you got?
Yeah,
What you doing?
like that was me the other day. So it was kind of rainy like last week, and I guess it was cold to them. I'm
Yeah.
sitting here with shorts, flip flops, and people's
Oh,
looking at
we
me like,
good.
what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I grew up where it snowed.
Yes.
I was
They've
like,
never
yeah,
seen snow. They've
yeah,
never seen
literally.
snow.
People be so like they be so awe. I had a friend that went to Canada that's from here. He was like, I saw snow for the first time. I was like, man, I'm glad I'll never see snow again. Like,
Exactly. We good.
I was like, well, it's just the cold. So with me personally, with the cold, my thing is it just make me not want to do nothing. Like I just want to get in a
Right.
blanket
You
and
just
just
want to lay up.
yeah. And it's like I ain't got enough money and I ain't married, so I can't just lay up. So, cause like if I was married, I could have somebody cook me some food, have somebody to be there with me and do stuff. Now, if I'm just laid up by myself, I feel like a single mom sitting here eating cereal, eating ice cream, and watching Netflix. Like, what am I doing? Watching
What you
Netflix
do?
by myself? What kind of Netflix and chill is that? No, man, I gotta let me get somewhere hot where like people out here party. Oh my god! First time I went out. I didn't even know what time it was. I got home at 9 in the morning. I was like, yo, I've been out for like
Wait a
12
minute. What
hours,
time did you leave the house?
like 10. I left like
And you
10
didn't
and I
really
got home at
wait a minute.
9.
You didn't realize
I'm
what was
sitting here
going
like,
on. You was
yo,
just
hey,
up
once people found
drinking
out I was
and whatever
American,
else.
people started buying me drinks. Girls was flirting with me. I'm just like enjoying life. People was passing me
Uh,
weed. I'm like, okay, it ain't, that's the thing. That's the downer about being out here. Okay, I'm gonna have
okay.
to take the glasses off for that one. Sorry. The downer, I likes my weed, okay? I likes my weed. And the weed out here, first of all, it's just, if you're gonna get good weed, it's just too expensive. They sell it by the
Okay.
gram out here. Now, when they first told me that, I was like, I was buying weed by the ounces. I won't buy them by no gram.
So how much was it by the gram then?
35 reais a gram.
So 35, what is that in USD?
Oh, I mean USD. That's like it's like $7.
That's what I'm about to say. It ain't that much, whatever, if it's 35
Hey, but
there.
out here it is.
Yeah,
Imagine me
yeah.
paying
Of
$35
course, of
for a
course.
gram. $35 for a gram. I was like, I looked at them. I was like, man, y'all tripping. I
So
was like,
how
off
much is
of
the good? How much is that good?
like 150,
For the
150 a
what you
gram.
call it?
Yeah,
Huh? What's the
like
currency
150 a
there?
gram. It's called real.
So it's 150 Rio?
Hmm.
Okay. So what's that? $12 or something?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. When you spend it, like it's the point. It's the point of like I think of it as like I'm never gonna pay. I would never pay $150 for a gram. But that's like how it feels out here. So when people be telling me about grams, I'm like, yo, get out my face, man. I was like, I need to go back to Cali and I need me like 5 pounds of weed to just smuggle into this country, man.
No, sir.
Oh Lord, they gonna have me under all the
You
jails.
already know. You already know now. No, sir. Look now, but you probably could grow your own though with some seeds. Get you some
Yeah.
seeds.
Now I've been having friends that grow in the Bay, and they've been talking about getting seeds out here. Okay, and I've been thinking about it. But yeah, I just got to get another place because I'm living in like a shared kind of space right here. I need to get a
Okay.
place of my own so I can just,
Do
I
what
can
you
have me a
need to
nice
do.
little backyard. I can control my stuff and what, because like the thing is, I'm gonna have to have it outside. So if somebody start touching my weed, see now I'm gonna have, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna put me in a very uncomfortable position. And if I'm in an uncomfortable position, I'm gonna have to go Batman on somebody. You know what Batman do to people that sell drugs? Yeah, it's gonna be something similar to that.
Randy, you crazy.
I'm about to knock somebody in
Okay.
Gotham City, man.
Look, you just reminded me, Dave Chappelle he was talking about San Francisco, and he was
Hmm.
like, San Francisco need a Batman. Like, this is Gotham City.
For real. Well, they got a Batman, but I don't think it's the Batman that he was talking about.
Probably not.
His tights a little too tight.
Hmm. Hmm. All right,
um,
so for what, one thing that people that want to move to different countries, like I'm
mhm,
in Mexico, you're in Brazil, and the requirements for those things can look totally different. For Mexico, right now, I don't have temporary residency. I'm just
mhm.
my passport. We have 180 days on the passport type thing until I meet the income requirements to
Yeah.
become a temporary residency. But you were talking a little bit about being a temporary residency, having a temporary residency in Brazil. So what did that look like for you?
Well, came out here basically like on the same thing that you did. Had like 3 months, so we had to get like stuff
Oh,
together
so
real
y'all just had
quick.
90 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was I don't know, it was interesting. I actually got with a lawyer and kind of like let him do a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so
How much
we
did
just
it
paid a
cost
lot.
you?
Cost what was it? Hold on, was it $2,000? No, it was 2,000 reais. So that was what, like four? Was that $400? No, no, no.
Okay.
It was $2,000. $2,000 to get
2000
to get
USD or the peso? I
yeah,
mean the
USD.
Rio.
USD.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, Brandon.
Yeah.
No,
But I
Brandon.
mean,
Was that his fee included in that? Or that was
yeah,
the
his fee was included. Yeah, yeah. It was
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But still that's a lot.
It was
Ugh.
a
So
lot. It was.
that's a lot because when I came out here originally, it was a program in Mexico called the RNE program.
Mhm.
And where basically you come in and you like whenever however many days you have in your passport, when that's about to be up, you go to the what was it, INM, the immigration office,
Mhm.
and you pay a fee and they give you temporary residency. That's how it was. Like
Okay.
if you had been coming before 2022, you have that stamp, proof of that, and you were
Yeah.
here and you were about to be illegal, then you pay. I think my fee would have been like $500-$600. And
Okay.
then yeah, so then when you said something like 2,000, like, well, hold up. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So
You.
it was like $500 or $600 because I actually went in March to just check out to see what all I needed. And
Mhm.
but my passport, it was going to be up in June, and then like 2 days later they changed it. The program,
Yep.
they changed the program. It's not that. I was like, damn, because the guy was telling me like, nah, you got to be illegal first. So I wasn't illegal, and
Yeah.
so then they changed it. I was like, man, what? So that's why I said like I've left last month. I went back to Oakland for a few days because I missed the
Mhm.
Bay. I
You
missed the
missed the
Bay.
bay. I
I
don't
missed
miss
the
nothing about the
Bay.
bay. I miss people. I miss some people, but I don't
Huh?
miss nothing about the bay.
You nothing? Like,
But the
man, like
weed. I can't even say the weed, but yeah, I miss the weed. That's like the main thing I miss. It's the weed and the people. But like the
Okay,
Bay,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
I
but
mean, the
not.
Bay has
It's
a
the Bay, but the Bay has like this. The Bay has this energy about it. Like I'm glad the Warriors lost because the Bay has this energy where like when anything is doing good in the Bay, it's like, oh, we the shit. We. I'm like, oh, calm down. You won't out there making no free throws. You won't doing that. It's like everybody take responsibility for everything when it's going good, but when something go bad, nobody don't know
oh
shit.
no. I don't know about that.
It's like, oh no, man. See what happened was no. Take responsibility like you was before. Come on now.
But yeah, I missed the Bay. So I was there for a few days. It was more the energy. The energy of the Bay is so very different. Like I don't miss Memphis like I miss the Bay. Like that's when you know how you feeling about the Bay. That's how I feel about Memphis. You ain't gotta ever worry about me. You know,
Memphis is
I'm
crazy
Memphis
though.
boy, but you ain't gotta never worry about me saying, "Oh, I miss Memphis." I mean, no. Mm-mm. But the Bay, but the Bay, like, I mean, the Bay just showed me so much love within those 5 years that I
Mhm.
mean, I was good. I was good. So on so many different levels. So yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, I think my first 5 years in the Bay was kind of popping too. My last six is what was like interesting. The last 6 years was just crazy. Like, I don't know. I had to like stop hanging around certain people because stuff would come back to me, and I'm just like, hold up, this person did what? Like, and then
Mm-hmm.
I would talk to that person, and then they wouldn't know how to like respond to it. I'm just like, oh, so no, you didn't think nobody was gonna find out? So you did do it? Oh Lord, I gotta go. I gotta get away. But nah.
Man.
But like the people that I was really close with, like my close friends from the Bay, like I mean,
Mhm.
for some of them we still keep in touch. Like, and I do be
Yeah.
missing them, and I talk about them a lot. But
Okay.
they're like some things in the
Yeah.
Bay. I'm just kind of cool without a lot of stuff in the Bay. Though. I'm cool.
I do understand that piece because, like, if we were to talk about like my job and the things that I experienced working for Oakland Unified, oh hell no, I don't miss nothing about that.
Oh no, Oakland
I
Unified
don't
ain't
miss
no
none of
joke.
that. You know, a lot of that was traumatizing. You know,
I can
so
imagine.
no, but I mean, but the people, I have people that are like fam. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's we were cool. Even your friend. I'm gonna call him your friend right now. Even your friend.
Hold on,
Um, huh?
which one? Which one?
You know the only one I knew in the first place.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about the other one.
Look.
Cause I was about to say, nah, he's more of your friend than my friend. But now I will accept both of them because I'll be missing them. Me and him, we still talk. I actually talked to him last week.
Okay, cool. You are crazy. I'm talking about the bass player. I don't even know.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the keyboard player. That's what I was saying. Which one you talking about?
No, the bass player was my landlord. So at one point,
Yeah, okay,
so
I didn't
that's
know
who
that.
I knew.
Yeah.
That's the only one I knew before I knew y'all. So that you are funny. So who did
He's
you
the
talk
man.
to?
That's the man right there. That's the guy that you need to be watching out for. That's the man.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said watch it out for. Wait a minute. So who did you just talk to the other day?
Him. I just talked to him.
Oh, okay. That's all I'm about to say. Because I'm like, he the one that told me like where you were. And that
Hmm.
it was like that was a cool spot. He had mentioned like São Paulo to be in a cool spot.
Yeah. I mean, we actually, so when I first came out here, he was already here because we did a show together. Like the
Yeah.
first day I
Okay.
got here, we did a show together. I was supposed to actually
Okay.
be here the day before, but I was gonna ride with my co-producer,
Uh-huh.
and he ended up getting his passport late. It was a whole like that was a lot getting here. Like that's why I
It
was like,
sounds
yo,
like
it's a
it was a
lot getting
lot.
here. I'ma stay. I'ma stay because
Right, because
I need
you ain't no point in
I needed
going
to
back
be
the
here.
other way.
It rejuvenated me. Once I started, I ain't gonna lie. Once I started seeing all the beautiful women and hearing the music, I was like, oh, this must be what a little slice of heaven is like. Like, well, a little slice of my heaven. My heaven
Okay.
must be like this. Like beautiful
Okay.
women and good music and good food. Oh my God. All the food is so,
Okay.
I don't know why the food is so good out here. They must be putting little slivers of cocaine in this stuff or something. I'll be like, yo, why this food so good? Like, that's what y'all getting from Colombia? That's y'all just get the Colombia special in every steak? Like, because before I moved here, I wasn't eating beef and pork. Now, I be tearing it up now. I be like, yeah, let me get that contrafilet. Yeah, let me get that. Let me get that pork. Yeah. I mean, and then like how they barbecue stuff here, they
Uh-huh.
just cook it up. They cook it over an open flame and they just put salt
Okay,
on
yeah,
it.
the Brazilian, yeah. Like, okay,
Yeah,
so they have like Brazilian restaurants like
it ain't the
Texas
same.
Day Brazil.
It
No, no,
ain't the
no,
same.
no. I'm just saying like Texas Day Brazil. I can only imagine what actual being, the food in Brazil is like based off of
Yeah.
like Texas Day Brazil. They got a Brazilian restaurant here that's similar to Texas Day Brazil. I'm sure the
Hmm.
seasoning and what all they doing with the food, over there is something totally different. But
Man, they
I
just
could,
use
because,
salt out here. They just use
uh,
salt. Sometimes pepper. That's it. And it just be so good. The quality of the protein is just so
right,
good. So I just
right.
be like, man. Oh, and the juice out here, oh, my lord. I be like, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. Like right when we
Okay,
finish this interview, I'm going to go eat.
okay.
Like I eat, I would eat all day. Like I should be probably 3 times my size if I didn't play drums. I probably
No,
would
you
be.
probably just got a high metabolism and you moving a lot. So,
I do. But
man.
I love to eat. Oh my god. Oh my god. The food out here, like, that's the first thing I tell people. The food is so good, and it's almost like it don't matter what you get. It's like it almost don't matter where you go.
It's gonna be good either
It's
way.
gonna be good. Like you could
Okay.
just try something and like, all right, I'm gonna just try and see what this is, and it be good.
Uh-huh.
You be like, oh, what is this? What part of the cow is this? Lord
You are
Jesus.
silly. Oh, let me see something.
But
Let me
nah,
see.
I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love the fruit. They don't have a lot of tequila out here. Now tequila
Oh,
is like
really?
my favorite drink. They have
And
it,
like
but it'd be like super
Mexico is
expensive.
that mezcal.
Yeah.
They got their own little, yeah, they got their own little drink. So yeah.
But they got this thing, you know about cachaça?
Say that again.
Cachaça?
Mm-mm.
Like to me it's kind of like a whiskey mixed with like a tequila. That's what it tastes like, but it's made out of sugar cane.
Okay, well, that's probably similar to the mezcal because that's yeah, they
But
use the
it tastes a little different, but it's oh my god, that
uh,
I was like, that's a good substitute for tequila for me.
mm-hmm.
So I had
Okay.
a job at a bar. My boss was paying me under the table. I had a job at a bar. Now I don't see no person
I
be.
forgot
I
you
don't even
said
know
that.
how I
Okay.
got this job, yo. That's how I know God be with me, cause I'll be
Of
like,
course. That's
I'll
why
be like,
you
I had a whole
in Brazil.
job,
Shoot.
and all I was doing was eating for free and drinking cachaça every day. I
And
used to
I'm
go
sure
home
that rent,
lit.
I'm sure your rent wasn't probably too much of nothing either.
Oh no, the rent is
Like that is
always.
another thing that I do not miss about the Bay.
Oh
Like,
my
come on here
god,
now.
Lord, them rent prices is crazy in the Bay.
Man, when we first moved, because we moved in a 3-bedroom, baby, 3,500 West Oakland. And then I ended up in Berkeley. I had a discount then, but still.
Oh, you had a discount. Okay.
Yeah.
You knew somebody. You knew somebody, huh?
I told you who my landlord was now.
Yeah, He gave you the discount? Oh, I'm surprised he didn't charge you more. Sometimes you know how he get.
Oh man,
But yeah, we're not talking bad about him either.
No, not at all.
Really
Not at all. But he's a different person. He's a different I've told him that plenty of times. Yes.
Yeah, we've had plenty of conversations. But I don't know, he be in a couple different worlds. Like it's like the music world that I met him in. I was like, oh, you just visiting. You're not here. You're not in the music world. You in this whole other world. I was like, you just visit the music world when you want to, and then you go and live this whole other life.
So our meeting was strictly based, like I was recommended to him because he had rental properties. That's how I knew him. But over the years, we connected through music because the thing was like we're fans of some of the same people. People that I used to do in Memphis. I used to do shows and I used to manage artists, and that's why I was at y'all's show trying to help y'all. And that's something that we had talked about, like, you know, some of the things that you all needed to do as a group and all that stuff. So that was, you know, that's when I saw the other, the other
side.
Yeah. So, you know, because you had the professional side, and of course we both worked at, you know, Oakland Unified. You got the professional side, and then you have the other side, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly. I was like,
this
okay.
Is for real.
Man, we had us playing at OS Day, we had so many moments. I remember one time Gerald came super late. Now Gerald, I said his name, Lord. Well, he was bringing the sound, so he came super late. And so the dude was looking at us like, yo, where he at? We like, I don't know. I'm sitting here like I done set up my drums, just waiting. You know, you got
he got the back line. He got the equipment.
We just waiting. People start coming up, ordering food and drinks. And then I was like, yo, tell them to turn the music up from downstairs. Cause I was like, yo, I don't know. I don't know what time he getting here, man. It was a whole debacle. Like we ended up having like this huge meeting afterwards. But that's why I think we ended up like stop playing there. We should have been getting paid more because we was doing way too much for them for like the amount that we was getting paid. And actually, I don't even think Gerald was getting paid.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
I think it really, it was more about y'all than him. You know what I'm saying? So because you know he ain't need the money like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean we not gonna. I told you he be in.
I'm just saying.
That's the other world, you know.
You know.
That's why I had to find out. Like he was making some phone calls one day, and I was like, "Yo, what did you just say? Who was you just talking to?" Like, start throwing around some crazy numbers. I was like, "Hold up, what?" I was like, "Let me get out the car because you doing some illegal stuff." Lord Jesus, let me get out the car. Pull over, man.
I would have to edit some of this. Like, wait a minute.
I told you I ain't trying to put nobody business out there.
Yeah.
I can hear him now. Yeah, y'all was talking way too much. He was like, y'all should have moved on.
I ain't saying nothing.
I did, my bad.
I ain't saying nothing. good
like
people though. He good people though. I found
yeah,
myself like, because people didn't know the whole dynamic. I call them multifaceted. That's what I call it. The whole dynamic.
yeah.
And so you come across like an asshole for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell them like, you little asshole-ish,
Yeah.
but but
I ain't
it's
gonna
so
lie.
many different sides to this person that, yeah,
That'd be
like
the funniest
people
thing to
don't really
me.
get to see. Hmm?
Yeah. Nah, the
Yeah.
conversation between him and the keyboard player, priceless. That I miss them conversations. Cause them, oh my god, I just used to be crying laughing. I'll roll up a joint. They be talking. I was like, hold on, let me get my joint ready. Cause
Look,
I
you
already
like
know
that
they
ain't
about
got
to
nothing
be
to do with me,
good.
but I'm gonna sit back and listen.
Exactly. Oh my god.
But it
I,
comes from, I really and truly believe it comes from a place of love. It's not
yeah.
you know, on some bullshit for real.
Yeah.
It
Nah.
comes from
Nah.
a
He
place
really
of
had your
love.
best interest at heart for
Huh?
sure. I
Yeah.
say he had your
Yeah.
best interest at heart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about what you're working on. And then, because we almost at an hour, apparently we can just talk about a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway,
It's
let's talk about
because
what you're working
we
on.
ain't talked in so long, and it's just like all the stuff is just
I
coming
know.
out. But yeah, right now. So what I was telling you earlier about the placements, there's a rapper out here. He's kind of a big deal. I met him through, I know a guy that owns a touring agency, and I
Okay.
met him through him. I went to his birthday party, and he introduced me to this rapper named Zoodzilla.
Zootzilla.
And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a who would I say he is, like an American rapper. He's kind of like I want to say kind of like a Pusha T, but uh like a like a more boom bap Pusha T. Like
Okay.
he don't talk about like drugs and stuff like that. He
Yeah.
talk about being from like the favelas, which is like the hood and the ghettos out here.
Uh-huh.
And but yeah, he's like style is more like conscious. He's more conscious with his
That's what
flow.
I was about to say. It sounds like conscious hip hop, well, hip hop is supposed to be conscious music.
Yeah,
But yeah, I get it. I get it. But it's his work is in Spanish though, correct?
Portuguese. They speak
Portuguese.
Portuguese out here,
Oh yeah, because they ain't even speaking. Oh my gosh.
but Spanish and Portuguese are very similar. There's a lot of similarities. Like some words are the
Yeah, but it
same.
ain't the same.
Nah, it ain't the same. Some of them, even some of the words are spelt the same, but they're pronounced different.
The same differently. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they quick to
Okay.
remind you about that too. They was like, no, it's not Spanish, it's Portuguese.
It's Portuguese. Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I didn't know. My
Like,
first day
look,
right
either
here.
way, you don't know neither one of them for real. So yeah.
Oh, man, I took French in high school and I don't know none of that either.
You know what? I took French in high school as well.
Hey,
All
parlez-vous
I can tell
français?
you,
No.
all I can tell you right now is bonjour, bonjour, Brandon. Je m'appelle Valisa.
Como pelo? Oh
That is
no.
all I can tell you out of those years of taking French. And then when I got to college, I was taking Spanish, and I've still been taking Spanish, and I ain't got it all the way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning how to flirt in Portuguese, so I guess that's helping me a lot. What? I mean, it worked.
It's going. They ain't paying no attention to what you saying. Shit, they just like, oh, he black,
Yeah, they like, ooh,
he
chocolate, and
American.
they like the locks too. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to mention to you too. Here, like my son and I both have locks, and so we go places, and people want to take pictures with us.
Mm,
They want to, they're like, they happy to see us.
yeah.
They,
No, I mean,
they happy to see us.
I don't know.
Like,
It's
where
not
can you
like that
go in the
out here.
States with black folks happy to see folks?
Yeah. Oh man, people people look like I'm about to kill them when I be walking outside. I'd be like, dang. I'd be like, am I looking like I'm mean or something? So
It's
I was
my
like,
there
maybe
in
I
the
gotta
state.
smile more. Oh, and here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Oh, but
like maybe I gotta
like,
smile more.
but like you said, they the discrimination with the colorism
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's super big.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, they
So
be
yeah.
having like the subtle racism too. You know, the stuff that you kind of get in the Bay. They be having a little bit of that out here. Yeah.
Mhm. But for the most part, everything that you're experiencing is trumping all of that. And
Yeah.
so that's good. That's good. So
Yeah.
we are at an hour, sir.
We
We are at an
are.
hour this time. That's not even including the last live with the distorted audio. And so, Nick, what I want to like one of the questions, last question I want to ask you,
Hmm.
and we might need to do this again to talk about some
We
other
can do a
stuff.
part
But
two.
yeah, but excuse me. But what are you listening to right now? Like, who are you
Right
listening to?
now, um, so I've been listening to a lot of. I call it uneasy listening because I have to listen to like a lot of new age music that I don't really like. I'm an old school music guy, you know. Even in Brazilian music, I listen to a lot of old school Brazilian music, like musicians
Okay.
like Milton Nascimento, who is like one of the greatest singers, songwriter, musicians out here. But I listen to so having to listen to like music that's more current, it's it feels like a chore for me a little bit, but I have to stay more current with the sound that's going on as a producer. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep my ear to like all the things that's happening now with like drill and all the new hip hop stuff and like everything that's going on. I try to keep my ear to that, but like I don't be really knowing people names. Like I'll just listen to a song, I'm like, oh, that song is kind of cool, and people
Yeah.
be trying to tell me their names. I'm like, I don't care about their names. Like I just like the song. I know I'm probably not gonna like an album. I like this one
Uh,
song. If I listen to multiple songs of this artist, I'm gonna be like, throw this person away, throw them away, take their contract. What is going on?
so right now I'm listening to I'm listening
Mm-hmm.
to Key Glock.
Keek. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Yeah, I know about
Glockavelli.
Key Glock.
Look, so I'm not. I don't. I've never listened to Key Glock one.
Yeah.
But I saw something and it just struck my attention. And I was like, oh, this is a pretty decent body of work.
Mm-hmm.
Glockavelli. That's a pretty decent body of work right now to me.
Okay.
I'm also listening to Yusuf Days. Like,
Yusuf. One of my
I'm like,
favorites.
oh, okay. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
He got some
Um,
stuff with him. I like Yusuf. Yeah.
mhm. I'm also podcast wise that I really pay attention to is Deontay Cal. And so I would
Deontay
recommend,
Cal.
yeah, it's
Okay.
on YouTube. So if you have access to YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
uh, look up Deontay Cal and what he's talking about. He's in the States. He's actually from Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
Okay.
he's talking about that real black shit. I'll say it like that. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check him out.
yeah. Okay, so you're not looking to return to the States anytime soon.
Uh,
I
not
know you
right.
said you got to renew your passport, but that ain't gonna take that long.
Yeah. That. I mean, I still got like I got 4 more years on my passport.
Well, you ain't going no. you, I'm
So
thinking
I'm
you
gonna
going
do,
like it's gonna
but
be up this year or something.
I'm thinking about being back next year. Next year is when I'm thinking about coming back. Cause I miss my little sisters. My little sisters, they grown now. Like both of them in their 20s. I'm like, oh, well, my oldest little sister just graduated from college. What was it last Saturday?
Okay.
So yeah, I miss my sisters and I want to see them. But yeah, other than that, I'm like chilling. They say they supposed to come out here, so
Yeah.
if they come
I
out here
mean, look,
before
if
then, maybe I'll
nothing
just
else, I'm
extend it a
trying to
little
get
longer.
people. Like I tell people, like get your passport.
Yeah, got
If you
to.
don't do nothing else, you ain't necessarily got to move out the country and all that. Have your passport, because this person that's in office, man.
Yeah, you want to have. I mean, you want to have that freedom to roam. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that freedom to get around. I wish I would have got my passport earlier. I literally didn't get my passport until I had to go on tour.
So y'all
That's when
had
I
the
got my
show.
passport. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like,
I think
oh
I do
Lord,
remember. I think I do remember y'all being down there for. Was that that was in 23?
23. Yeah, yeah,
I think I do remember that. Hmm. Yeah, I think I do remember that. Being said he was saying something about that. Yeah.
yeah. I stayed here for literally. I came out here for a day. Had to go back to the States because I had some
Yeah,
more
because I think
shows to
y'all
play.
came back and then you said, I'm out.
Yeah, I stayed there for a week. Went back, then I came back for another week. Went back, and I was like, yeah, I ain't going back no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, because I think I kind of remember that whole little period. I think I kind of remember that. And then the next thing I know, you were gone.
Yeah, I think I
And
left out right before Thanksgiving. That's when I was like gone for real.
because I mean, I was at the Mr. Tipple show because you were there for that.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah, that was the week I came back. Yep.
okay, yeah, you was here for that. And then because I think I had said something about y'all doing something and you were gone or whatever. Because I think they had to bring in somebody else, some other drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember they bringing in this drummer that was loud as hell. And yeah,
Uh,
and I was just kind of like,
well,
oh.
everybody ain't as subtle as I am. You know, I try to be as subtle as my people.
I just was like, I thought he was showing out for them white girls that he had brought to the show. I didn't understand what was going on, but yeah,
Hold
I
on,
was
was he
like,
tall?
you probably
Was
know who he is, you know.
he was real tall?
I don't, cause yeah,
He
I guess
was.
he kind of something like that.
I mean,
Because
the
I
person I'm
remember
thinking
seeing it.
about, he is tall. So if you would have saw him, you would have been like, yeah, he's tall.
I think I really wasn't paying attention. One because he was with some white girls, and I
Well,
was
at
just
that
kind of
time,
like,
he was married to her. So that might have been his wife at that point in time. Now, don't do that. Hold up. Don't do that. First of all, I am pro black. My my lady that I'm talking to
I
right
think I
now,
know
she's
that
very.
about you. I'm not racist. I am not racist.
I'm not racist either, but I love black women. It's just like other women are cool. I tell them, oh yeah, they cool, but it's just something about a
It's
black
one
woman.
thing to like it, like I said, it was like he was playing really loud and like and then they were sitting there like they was, I don't know. It was something about
Oh,
that whole
I know who you
thing.
talking about. I know exactly who you
I
talking
didn't
about.
like it. I didn't like it. And it
He
was just
needs a
like,
hug. I know who you talking about. Yeah, he needs a hug.
so okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, he was
It was the, I guess it was just the vibe and the energy was
he
kind of
had,
like,
I
I
think
don't
he
have
had
nothing
just
against
got
no
back
white
from
folks.
Europe.
Let me tell you
He
that.
was living in Europe for I think a year, and I think he had just got back to the States.
Okay. You know what? That would make sense. That would make sense. It was just something about that whole, like, we didn't even speak. You know, I was
Yeah,
recording. I was
yeah,
recording. And
I know
like,
who you
it
talking
was
about.
something about that I just wouldn't, I don't care if you with a blue woman. It was just the whole, you know,
Okay.
it was something about it that just, I wasn't cool with. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
And
yeah,
it
me
just
and him,
felt
we
like
kind
he
of had a
was showing
falling
out
out
for
too.
them.
Yeah, I had a falling out with him, but it's all good. I know exactly who you're talking about. I know
See,
exactly
look
who
at
you're
that.
talking about. Yeah.
See,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, something about you, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But look, I need you to go because we're gonna go. I need you to go to one of the meetings. I need you to go to one of the meetings.
Oh, one of the ceremonies?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I need you to go to one of those. You really can't. I wouldn't ask you to record any of that. None of that, actually. But like a picture or two or something like that.
Okay.
I think that would be very beneficial to you. I am loving that piece. I'm
Yeah.
loving that piece.
That's what
This is the
no,
huh.
my friend has been pushing me to go there for a while. And like every time he's about to go, I either have something to do or he'll like tell me last minute. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, dude, you should have told me earlier.
Make that time.
Yeah.
Make that time so that you will, you can, and hopefully things will align that you can go and see what's going on. Because they probably got something for you
Yeah. I know they got
specifically.
something for me.
Yeah. So
Tell me. Tell me
I
about
know they
me.
got something for me. Okay.
I know. I
Yeah.
like to hear about myself. I'd be like, oh yeah, tell me about me. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, that's why I asked
I
you,
don't
did he
mind.
have any messages for you as a medium? Because those that have passed away may want to, just may want to tell you some things. Our
Hmm.
ancestors do offer guidance, to us, to those that want it. And
Yeah.
so, this being the year right here, 2025 is the year of Oya. This is a 9 year. And so
Hmm.
that's why you're seeing a lot of these kind of in the States, you're seeing kind of like some revolutionary type stuff going on.
Yeah.
You're seeing some different things this year because Oya is the keeper of our ancestors. So our ancestors are definitely showing us some things. They
Yeah. The
showing out.
veil is being removed on a lot of
They
different things. Yeah.
look, they are showing out.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm
all I
glad to
gotta
be
say.
over
They are
here.
showing
I'm
out.
glad to be looking in. Like, what's going
Look,
on?
hey, you look. That's what I'm saying. Like, just the fact that you're able to see that
Hmm.
and to feel and know yes. Excuse me. But yes, okay. All right. We're gonna get off this live for real this time. We
Okay. Yeah,
need to
we can do a
schedule like
part two
another
if you wanted
one.
to. We can do a
Huh?
part two.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. We need to schedule another one.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna click this in the stream and then we'll schedule another one.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Good
Thank
seeing you.
you.